Happy start of conference play to all of our CAA Hoops family. I'm Carly Smith here with our wonderful insider, Monica Moore, and we are so back, Monica, for another year of breaking down the best of the best in CAA women's basketball. Monica, let's start by highlighting a team with such an impressive start to the season. The Cougars 11-2 after going 2-0 in the first week of conference play. And yes, Monica, okay, the preseason player of the year, Taryn Barbeau, putting up some fantastic numbers, but it's not just her. The squad that Robin Harmony has put together in Charleston, just so complete. So what's your analysis on the Cougars?
Well, hats off to Charleston. They had a big week, two decisive wins over Towson and Campbell. And you put it so well, Carly, because we were really excited about Taryn Barbeau. We knew she was going to have a big season. She's having that season. She's averaging 14.9 points per game, 7.1 rebounds per game, exactly what you would expect from a CAA preseason player of the year. But there's so much talent around her, which is why you're seeing the wins out of Charleston. And this week, it was McKinley Brooks Sumter. What a week she had. She averaged 16 points per game in those two wins, 16 points against Towson, 16 points against Campbell. She put up the numbers. And we talk about Taryn Barbeau. What about Taylor Barbeau? Her sister, 7 straight games, she has been in double digit scoring. She is reliable. She's consistent. She can be a go to scoring option. And we haven't even talked about Laura Rokel and her presence for double doubles on the season so far. So teams can't just focus in on Taryn Barbeau and try to shut her down because there are other offensive options for the Cougars that can step up. And another thing that I really, really love about this Charleston team is that they lock in defensively. If you look at the stats from the Campbell game, they had 15 steals, not an anomaly. That is on par with what they've done on the season, where they've averaged 14.9 steals per game. And to put that in a little bit of perspective, their opponents average about 4.9. They score a lot of points off turnovers. They're opportunistic. They're really buying into how important defense is to fuel the offense. And I think the Cougars are absolutely ones to watch in conference play.
Absolutely. So complete, both ends of the floor. Awesome, Monica. Okay, now let's talk about the ladies from Long Island. For the first time since 2015, Hofstra is 2-0 in conference play. The Prize riding a 4-game winning streak, carrying plenty of fresh talent in the second portion of the season. Monica, what's your analysis?
Yeah, it was a big week for the Pride as well. They had Delaware and they had Monmouth on their schedule. These are two teams that historically they have not gotten the wins against as of late. They absolutely delivered on the week. And hats off to Danielle Santos Atkinson because she returned a lot of good talent. She brought in a lot of tremendous talent to supplement what she had coming back. And Chloe Sterling has been quite an addition for Hofstra. She's averaging about 15.1 points per game, the JMU transfer. What an addition to the lineup. And on the CAA Women's Basketball Insider, you know how much we love the rookies. We love to highlight them. We are constantly impressed with them. And Lene Corbett, what a season she is having. She's getting the recognition, and I'm so happy about that. Our reigning CAA Rookie of the Week, back to back, averaging 12.1 points per game. She has really made a big splash. I expect that to continue as conference play goes on. Hofstra brought back Emma Von Essen. We loved watching her play last year. And then, of course, in the low post, Kata Ramadalai, she has been a presence 5 games now with 10 or more rebounds, had 5 big blocks against Monmouth. They have a lot of talent. It's not going to get easier for the Pride, but I think starting off so strong builds a lot of confidence. And that is exactly what Hofstra did this past week.
Oh yeah, big time. Hats off to you, Hofstra. Okay, Monica, we've got to give some love to our preseason favorite, North Carolina A&T. The Aggies gained wins over Elon and Hampton in week 1 of league play. 4 of the Aggies' 5 starters scored in double figures against the Pirates, which just goes to show how well-rounded this team is. Monica, what are you saying?
Well, I think this is no surprise that North Carolina A&T had the week that they had because what you have to understand is they are a very experienced team. They brought back a lot of talent, seasoned veterans from last year's squad. And again, if you're a big fan of the Women's Basketball Insider, you know that I am a massive fan of Jordan Dorsey. I talked a lot about her last year. That's not going to change this year. Last year, she averaged 12.9 points per game. I thought she was really good. She has upped that to 15.8 points per game so far. And I love her post game press conferences. I love the things that she has to say because you see so much about her leadership, her heart, the role model that she is, not just for players on the team, but I think for young women athletes all over the place. And this week, she had this quote after the Elon one that I absolutely loved. And it was, we're going to get everyone's best game. You're going to get my best game every night. That really tells you everything you need to know about Jordan Dorsey and about the mentality of the Aggies this year because they have the bullseye on their backs. Everyone knows that they are the preseason favorite. They're coming for the Aggies. And I loved what she had to say. And we talked about all that talent that they brought back. They bring back Shania Clark in the low post. Malia Bracone, the graduate student, is back for the Aggies. Paris Locke, what a big transition from last year to this season for North Carolina A&T. And I thought in the Hampton game, this is how you want to start. They shot over 50% in that contest. I think they had a 17-3 run to start the first quarter. They are locked in. They have their goals in front of them. They know what they want to achieve. And the Aggies are here this year to make a statement in the CAA.
Monica, that quote just sets the tone for CAA women's basketball at the start of conference play. I love it so much. Let's look ahead to week 2. Okay. What games are on your radar?
Well, we've already told you the Hofstra Pride are on our radar. Phenomenal week, but it does not get easy. Now, one thing we didn't mention about the Pride, they got those 2 big wins on the road. And that's important because getting road wins in league play is so important. They are now home this week, but it is not going to be easy. They have Charleston coming to town on Friday. They have Drexel coming to town on Sunday. We haven't talked about the Dragons yet, but the Dragons also had a 2-0 week. Of course, they are our reigning CAA tournament champions. They were the number 7 seed. They surprised some people. What a tournament and postseason run they are coming off of. And they have Amaris Baker back. And we are tremendous Amaris Baker fans after what we saw out of her. She was our CAA tournament most outstanding player, so well deserved. This is a hungry Drexel team looking to make waves again. So I am really excited about Drexel Hofstra on Sunday. And finally, one you may want to keep your eyes on, Stony Brook, William and Mary. Both of those teams had 1-1 weeks. It was a tough overtime loss for William and Mary against Elon. It was a tough loss for Stony Brook against Monmouth, but I think that is going to be a good one this week in the CAA as well.
Keep an eye on it. Visit CAAsports.com for results, recaps, schedules, and much more. Monica, we're back. Thanks so much for your time today. See you next week.